Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, featuring the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer, right here on PARockshow.com, megarockradio.net, KFGD 107.1 FM, St. Louis, Missouri, XRP Radio in Birmingham, United Kingdom, RoodarooRadio.com on Ocean Beach, San Diego, California, Alt Rock Radio, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and right here in the thriving metropolis of Leechburg, Pennsylvania, buildthescene.com/radio. This is episode number 613 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. And with me tonight is John, American Hilljack Lane. What's up, John?
Funky like a monkey, too hot to handle, too cold to hold. I am John, the American Hilljack Lane.
How you doing, Bill?
You don't have enough colors on to be doing that impersonation.
I figured that would get you. You set me up. You cut me off and said we got a minute. So I was like, oh, I'll grab my glasses. I got them.
I saw you put them on. I couldn't figure out what you were doing.
And I've got my nice hot tea in the American Hilljack mug. And I also got who I'm trying to eventually get a sponsorship with. Got my sparkling ice, and today we're drinking black cherry because it's zero sugar with vitamins and toxins, and it keeps me from feeling weighted and lets me move around. How you doing, Bill? Ain't nothing matter with a little Fanta either.
Except for it was a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. Hey, Jake Parks, what's up?
Mr. Jake Parks.
Throw that up there.
Mark.
So, this is not how this was supposed to go. John was supposed to be on next week's episode, but we had a very, very valid scheduling issue that we're taking care of by pushing John ahead to this week. So, eventually, I believe we ended up rescheduling Illusions of Grandeur for July 8th.
Awesome.
And they tell me they'll have a new video around that time as well. So, we'll get to talk about that.
Perfect. Get them some good marketing promotion.
That's right. All right. So, speaking of marketing and promotion, I got to look at your notes, your prep work. I don't know what to do with that.
Right off the bat, he blows my reputation of being unprepared. But yes, I did some prep work.
Is it up on your screen there, or is it just?
No, I've got it right. Let's not panic. I've got it right here.
So it's not on your why can't I think of what it's called? The line thing for the movies.
Oh no, my teleprompter?
That's it, teleprompter.
No, my teleprompter's sitting in the living room on my one chair. At least I've tried programming it now. I'm a little bit further. And I've got some songs in it for 12 Gauge Justice. I've got some songs in for the Hellfire Club, and I got some songs in for another thing. So I am I'm a little bit further. I love this shirt. This is one of my favorite bands in all the world for back from when they were Whiskey High up till Skill. So I really love everything about them. I model everything I do from the Master Jedi, Mr. Mike Pallone, and nothing but respect for that man, and nothing from respect for Mr. Mike Ekus, who I've known since I was 14 years old. And I think Cameron Clark is definitely I've been an asset to them, and it's so sad to see one of my good friends and had Wally. Even when you put up that picture, it's hard for me to look at because I miss him and some of his positivity every day.
Wally passed away back in October from COVID complications. Frontman of the band Skell.
Yes.
I've seen him through quite a few bands.
Oh, yeah.
Skell, Cage, Step 11.
Many bands.
But
and such a positive influence on so many people, and the different things that he has to watch him grow. One of the last times that Skell come out here and play with us at the Empire Concert Club, I wasn't in my best mindset, but I've talked to him a lot, and we discussed a lot of things about being a front man and everything. And I told him how much I've seen him grow. And then over the last few years out at Iselin, we had some great conversations. And it's so sad that one of the last conversations we had, he was trying to get me to quit smoking, and he wanted me to come to his vape shop. And of course, I was being stubborn. Yeah. And but fortunately enough, I am 3 weeks clean of no smoking at all, and I feel a lot better. No vaping, no nothing. So yeah, Wally, if you're listening, brother, I took your advice, and the lungs are going to be hopefully back to functioning at full rate and being able to blast like you said you encouraged you to be like. So thank you for always trying to encourage me to get back to who I was.
See, now I don't know where to go. Okay, let's do this. I know what your notes are about. Let's hit that first.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us about the upcoming shows at Iselin Community Park?
All right, let's go with that one first. Iselin Community Park, 1790 Iselin Road, Salzburg, PA, or as I like to call it, the American Hilljack Ranch. We've got Gigaroo 2022 on Friday, July 1st and Saturday, July 2nd. On Friday, you have Das Acoustic, you have Scarlet Sky, you have Transcendence, you have Young Other, Blood Union, After the Fall, and Smacked. And then on Saturday, you have Neostem, Dark Harvest, Parabellum, Chip and the Charge Ups, Dying Breed, Half Wheel, Shattered, Silk 9, Mad Alice, and the Motley Crue tribute band with one of my good friends as singing in the front, Mr. David Fair, Steel City Crew. Rock for Life this year is August 5th and 6th. And on Friday night, the 5th, you have Farewell Felicia, Royal Honey, Lenny Colini, 4-pack, Amber Alexis, Black Ridge, Dimwit, and the Hellfire Club. Terry Lee Spencer's kicks off Saturday with a 7 mile. Also after him, 7 Mile Run, the Mo Show, Mr. Bones, On Broken Soul, the Borstal Boys, A Common Crown, Big House Pete, and the Elite Skell. And then you have in October for Rocktoberfest on Friday the 7th and Saturday the 8th. You have Kids Costume Party on Friday with hay rides and DJ Denny McCain. And then on Saturday, we have some bands. On Saturday 8th is God Hates Unicorns, Manitari, Animus, Grey Walker, The Heathen Parade, Blackened Ground, Kill the Drama, A Common Crown, Heidi and the Hellcats, and Fine Alarm Flood. And also announced for the first time right here on September 11th, we're having the Salute for the Troops car show put on by my good friend Ron Trojan. This will be the third year that we had a car show out there, and there might be some other things added to that. Keep that in mind for the whole weekend. I'm not sure yet. I'm working on. So Iselin Community Park, I call it the American Hilljack Ranch, 1790 Iselin Road, Salzburg, PA. I am the owner and the proprietor. Rock for Life is put on by Matt Ferrani and Summer Ferrani, along with their pack of people that they have out there. But Iselin is also very proud to be people that help out there, that take care of the place. Mr. Pappy Jeff and all the crew up there by that water tower. And I appreciate all of them. And I can't say enough that what they do, along with I can't say enough what Matt Ferrani and Summer Ferrani does for Rock for Life and some of the things they do out there at the field.
So everyone is aware of the Hellfire Club and your link to my show, but you mentioned 12 Gauge Justice, which they may not be familiar with. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that band?
You're gonna foreshadow the Hellfire Club. Look at that. Notice Bill said to go first with that. I didn't. 12 Gauge Justice. They're a great band. They were around for a good long time, since the late 90s, early 2000s. Their original singer and guitar player, Josh Clyde, was one of the ones that mentioned that maybe bringing me in. How I even became a part with them. They're based out of Newcastle. last fall they were going to do a charity thing and do a Twisted Christmas and do the Twisted Sister thing. And they put up an ad for someone to sing. And I didn't have much going on at the time. And so I replied. And then in January, when that didn't go through, Mr. Christopher Likens, who's their bass player, great guy, contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in coming and sing with them. They just want to do a few shows here and there and everything. And I said, well, is Josh all right with that? Because I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. And he said it was his idea. And along with that, now I'm going to try to pronounce this name. And they were already joking in the band chat. Their other guitar player, Jason Stachowiak, but they just call him Pipe.
I wonder why. that brings to mind a story. You do know that Paul Cha from Black Ridge? Cha is not his last name.
Right.
Same thing.
Same type of thing. And then their drummer, Tom Schaffner, those four guys are just great to hang out with. I've only had a handful of rehearsals with them. It's great to really jam with them. We do anywhere from John Anderson to Pantera and everything in between. A lot of country metal, a lot of country songs metaled up, and a lot of southern rock metaled up, and a lot of southern metal, just 12 gauge justicized. And we have our first official show with me fronting, which even though it's months off, I am nervous about this. Saturday, June 25th at the Beaver Valley Sportsman Club in Monaca, PA, with band Burning Boxes, Steel Reserve, Bazooka Joe, and the Wildcats. And then right after that is when we go on 12 Gauge Justice. And then it's the Dirty Truth and Dying Breed. So that'll be June 25th. So I'm a little nervous about all that still, even though it's far off. But we have rehearsal this Thursday. And we rehearse every other Thursday in Newcastle. So I drive an hour to Newcastle. And then with the old Hellfire Club, I drive an hour to Cleveland now, even though we're still labeled an Akron band, because that's where we're based out of. But and the Hellfire Club, of course, for some of them people that haven't listened and know, you can check us out at hellfiremusic.com. You can check out 12 Gauge Justice on Bookface, and you can check out the Hellfire Club on Bookface too. And the Hellfire Club, April 22nd, we're going to be at the Sly Fox Lounge in North Olmsted, Ohio, and we have the Road Runners, the Joan Jett tribute band, open up for us with, as we always, all you people that know him, our old bass player Jeff, as Dimples, because he's so cute, is the bass player for the Road Runners now. And they opened up for us before up there. We had a great show.
Did you just say Jeff Graham is cute and has dimples?
Yes, they called him Dimples. All the girls called him Dimples because when he smiled, he had little dimples. Look who else was in the band with. All of us had a face that could stop a clock, and then we had him. He was our our bait and switch. And then, but that's April 22nd at the Sly Fox with the Roadrunners. Saturday, June 11th, we're at Chad Fest 2 in Pulaski, PA, with Washboard Tony, Celestial Overdrive, The Villain, and Snarfunkel. And we are headlining that one as well. There's some other bands that's subject to change, but we'll keep you updated on that. On Friday, August 5th, though, we will be there for Rock for Life 22, like I already mentioned. And I have the bands listed, but I won't repeat them again. But we are headlining Friday night. So it's very nice to be working with different groups of people. The Hellfire Club, we are trying to get some things. We've been together 8 years. We've had a turnover and whatnot, like most bands, and we're trying to re-gravitate and rebuild a little bit, and we're going to be not changing so much, but changing a little bit. So hopefully everything that we're aiming for is something that everybody will like, and I'm just trying to keep everybody as a collective moving forward and not staying stagnant and not going backwards. So
now I'm going to do a little promotion here. I don't usually do this, but I have quite a few bands lined up for the Pennsylvania Rock Show, and I don't quite know who's going to be on the next episode yet. That's that little snafu we were talking about. But on the 22nd, we have Higher Vibration, and then on the 29th, Utah is going to join us, and he's going to talk about the Mo Show, which is tribute to Mo Nelson. And the April 29th is Mo's birthday, so it was perfect for that to happen. Black Ridge, who I just mentioned, will be on May 6th. The 13th will be the Red Lines, who will be celebrating a new EP that they're releasing. Xander Damos will be on. Haven't had him on in a while. That man can shred.
Oh, most definitely.
Mudville Casey on the
I like that name.
27th. That one's been a long time coming. He's been sending music, and I finally found one that I was like, yeah, I can definitely play that. Let's do something. I'll tell you that story off the air.
I'm sure.
Then we're going to follow up with Royce. And if you guys aren't familiar, my first introduction to Royce was in September of 21. I went to do a photo shoot for a band from Michigan at Radioactive in Katanning, and Royce was one of the opening bands, and they're like hip hop and funk and blues, and it was amazing. So excited for that one. Fubar will be joining us again on the 10th. They also have I think they just released a single. Rat Rod from the other side of the state will be joining us on the 17th of June. On the 24th, Luke Welt's band, who will be releasing an album coming in May. Then Doug Carnahan will be joining us. His acoustic show and After the Fall, both of which have new music coming soon. And then Illusions of Grandeur on July 8th. And that's where I stopped scheduling for now.
Well, Bill, you've always, got yourself working. So I'm glad that you're trying to, hone it down. I'm always glad to be a part of things. I don't know when it was the last time I was even on here, and it's always an honor to come on here and talk to you.
Thank you. So some new bands for us in there, like Royce and Mudville Casey, and then the Mo Show, although Utah's been on a few times, but and then some bands that have been on, Black Ridge, Red Lines have been on a few times, Fubar a handful of times, Rat Rod, I think this is going to be their second time. So a good mix of new bands and bands that are veterans to the show.
Right.
I do have a whole bunch more names that commented that they were interested that I have on backlog, but I found the mistake that I've been making in scheduling is I'm like, yeah, I'll just schedule all of you. And then someone will come in and say, hey, we have this benefit in a month. Can we come on and talk about it? I'm like, ugh, I'm scheduled for the next 3 months.
Right.
So I'm trying to back that down a little so that when those type of shows come up, I can fit them in and get them some airtime. So, what else was on your prep that I didn't have you talk about yet? Oh, I don't think it was on your prep, but you've been doing some new things recently with the Yeti.
Yes. AProRadio.com, which the American Hilljack Pro Series is a lot like to build the scene.
Hey, John. You know that comment about prep and poof?
Yeah.
I lied.
You want to take look at him. And me and George Ivanusik, the Yeti, we played together in a band called Impune many years ago before he played with Super Zero that eventually became After the Fall.
I'm feeling like we should play some Super Zero on this episode.
Why? So we can get flagged?
No, not live in the video.
Oh,
on the podcast show.
On the podcast show, you should, because George is one of the best guitar players that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. But me and him have started our own little show. All my titles of my own show, the American Hilljack Files, which is a lot based on what Bill does, with just, a little bit. We sometimes work a little R, over there. And I always put in other BS. So me and George started our own show called And Other BS. So we talk about a lot of things about individual human experience and the healing of growing after things that have happened in your life and trying to ground yourself and move forward in your life through all the navigations of things that go on in the world so it don't bring you down. The therapy, different things that help you and not let things hinder you. And that's what the basis is. But we also talk about a lot of other stuff like music and different other things and the influences of what they had on us and where it affected us in good ways and some negative ways and where we had to make it positive ways. And we are just starting out. We've only been doing everything Facebook wise. I got to step up and do some, better work and get us apprised and moving forward to help. We like helping people. Me and George are empaths. We believe in passing forward the things that we've learned. And we hope to do that with everybody that happens to come and watch us and listen. And we're already talking to people that we want to interview that do the same thing in different avenues of the world and different avenues of life that, lend a hand in giving people guidance on to navigate through life and not feel so weighted down and feel invigorated and feel like they can do things. And that's what's important to us, is to pass that same feeling along. So, and you can keep watching us on the old book face, but I got A Pro Radio also on YouTube, which we're going to be getting this stuff up there. But it'll be all connected to aproradio.com as long as Bill keeps helping me and teaching me how to do it, because he is the Jedi. I am just an apprentice, even though I wear the Jedi thing. I am still just an apprentice in everything I do, including what I do on stage. I am learning and still going forward, and I'm trying not to be like old Anakin and turn to the dark side because I haven't been accepted into the council yet, but I keep working to get better. So
let's see how many people followed all of that. Hey, I just realized that.
But wait a minute. But at least I'm not a stormtrooper and miss everything.
For those of you that are listening and not watching the video, John just had a stormtrooper mask on. I just realized that I have the event open on my laptop for the Red Lines Kick Out Today EP. So just wanted to run that by everybody real quick. It is at Mr. Smalls. It's Mr. Smalls Presents the Red Lines Kick Out Today EP release show with Stud, S-T-U-D, with some periods in there, and Half Wheel.
Oh, I love Half Wheel.
Saturday, April 23rd, doors at 7, show at 8. It's at the Fun House. It's $10. The Red Lines celebrate the release of their new EP on Psycho Daisy Records, engineered and produced by Eddie Ashworth, who has worked with Sublime, Long Beach Dub All-Stars, Slightly Stupid, Pennywise, Frenzel Room, I messed that word up, and Great White. Keyboardist Ray Ortiz will be joining the Red Lines for the special night, along with a few other special surprises.
Nice. Bill, I really, for those that don't know, and I know a lot of you do, but I know, I have the original Pennsylvania Rock Show mixing board right here. Bill has came a long way since 2004, and I appreciate it, watching him grow, let alone appreciate what he does for all the scenes, let alone the Pittsburgh.
Are you using that mixer tonight?
Yes.
Nice.
Right here. I grabbed my camera, but I'm afraid to move it because every time I do, I end up dropping it. But we'll try. Right there, brother.
There it is.
Yes, I've cleaned it out. I've worked on, tried to make it.
So you got all that Mountain Dew out that I left in the channel, in the sliders.
a little bit. It works well. See, every time I move it.
I think George might be watching because I just got a message that Hilljack and Yeti subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yes. So see there. I see every time I move it. A little better there. But I got it wrong. It's gonna drive me nuts now. So hold on 1 second, Bell.
Hey, while John is doing that, don't forget to check out all of these sponsors of Build a Scenes radio station, which I'm going to mention to you in just a moment as soon as I get there so I don't miss anybody. If you go to buildascene.com and hover over radio, you'll see a link that says listen 24/7. And then down the right-hand side, we have all the sponsors, which are Rattleclack Entertainment, Endeavor After LLC, Shady Lady Studio and Productions, DI Records, The Grassroots Show, Homegrown Rock on 97.7 FM, Liberty, Loyalty, Special Reserve, Don't Tread on Me. All of that is the Noble Hops Band.
Nice.
The Band Jam, which is the festival that 97.7 and the Grassroots Show put on for local musicians in Slippery Rock. Wolf's Customs, they design and refinish instruments. We have First Angel Media, Mad Clock, who is a hip hop artist, and Solunar Records, which is another record label. DI Records and Solunar Records are both unsigned labels that try and help the unsigned and independent musicians get a little more reach.
Right.
So those are the sponsors of Build a Scenes radio station. I don't get to mention them as often as I'd like, so I figured I'd do that while John was fixing his camera.
I still didn't get fixed right, but it'll work for now. I'll fix it later and better. Yeah. OCD people, I can't help it, but I'm resisting from getting all nervous.
A couple more minutes. I really haven't asked you any questions. You know what? I know I have a question.
First, I wanted credit for letting you lead because you didn't believe it, so I want credit.
Yeah, well, you're letting me lead, but you did most of the talking, so it's still kind of like normal. So here's the question.
Forgive us, people. We're good friends, so he can pull that on me. Go ahead.
So, what is the best pizza you've ever had because you're a musician? So either you ate it on the way to a gig, you ate it at a gig, or you ate it on the way home from a gig.
Aqua Vivas out of Butler that used to be there down in the island. It was actually an older Italian lady that turned her front porch into a pizza shop, and her husband had a barber shop, I believe, in the back. It's the best pizza I've had in my entire life. I've never found anything to compare to that. And I closed down when she passed away. I think when I was in my mid to early 20s, that would be the best pizza. I've never found anything close. Recently, I would have to say, that's hard. That would be I don't know. I guess it's nothing ever compared to Aqua Vivas, so yeah.
It's kind of Paul Cha showed up after I mentioned that Cha is his real last name. Let's see if I can get other people. Let's see.
Yes.
Can I get anyone else to show up? I wouldn't be surprised.
Dave Grohl. Let's talk about Dave Grohl. So maybe he'll finally show up.
Oh, yes.
You've been waiting for that.
I have. I've asked you that question though. So that's bad.
I've got to play Dave Grohl Alley. And I am very happy with that. I came out and was on top of the PA at Dave Grohl Alley in front of the big drumsticks. And so, yeah, and that's right over here in the old Ohio area where Dave come out of. So, which a lot of people don't know that.
Man, would you come out of retirement and play the drums?
Yes,
the Foo Fighters.
Oh, for the Foo Fighters, I ain't qualified. Oh my God, not now. Would I come out of it? I wish. If you could somehow transfer my abilities back to when I before I got carpal tunnel, yeah, most definitely I would give it a shot, but not now. I come in there now, I could probably still do like something like AC/DC or something like that. But, Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins, what people don't realize, you realize the position that he was in to step behind one of the greatest drummers of all time and have to keep up. And if you follow their history, they had a lot of, they were best friends too. So there's a lot of like rubbing each other the wrong way and challenging each other and feeling, threatened by each other, because that's what best friends do. And to see that he passed was very sad. And I could only imagine what Dave Grohl was going through for this to happen to him a second time in his life. So it's just, but to step in there now, you might as well, put me behind the kit with the Foo Fighters. They'd laugh at me.
I don't know if you can read what that says.
My brother John, the American Hilljack Lane, is riffing all things awesome, rocking live with Bill Damiano and fixing cams real time. That's my brother Bill, showing what my brother, the Yeti George is saying about me. And here's, speaking of best friends and having me and George, even today, like, don't think that we are both very sensitive on different things, and we're able to be good friends about it and talk and be open about it. And I appreciate everything that he is doing as what we're doing together and what we do as friends. And I can see our relationship being a lot like Dave Grohl's and Taylor Hawkins, and it always has been. It's kind of like the same thing as me and Brent Robinson's relationship, which ironically, which people don't know, Brent's uncle Blaine taught Brent how to play guitar. You talk about full circle thing. And then George Ivanusik started playing with George's uncle Blaine just a few years ago for a little bit. So it's all a big connection, a big circle of things. And I think positivity follows positivity. And that's always a good thing. And Bill, if it wasn't for Bill coming to me and asking me to do the concert calendar, I wouldn't have tried doing podcasting. I would have never thought that I could even give it a shot. And I really appreciate that. Even though he got me into college debt, but hey, he's no different than anybody else that tries to get me in the debt.
Listen, I go into debt every time I got to put gas in my car.
Oh, we don't even want to start about how the gas goes. His gas situation goes. Like I said, I drive an hour one way and the hour the other way. Yeah,
I drive an hour every day. To and from work.
And Bill's been calling me on the way home the last few days. Yeah, so and I enjoy phone calls from Bill. We got away from that for a little bit, but I'm glad. Yeah, I enjoy just BSing with Bill sometimes because he makes me realize that there's good people in my life that I don't appreciate enough, and he's one of them.
Come get your computer.
See, I was trying to suck her up to get a little more time on it. See, he tried to kiss his butt, and he'd still just come get your computer. No, I'm kidding.
In case anybody out there missed it, John kind of called me out on something on Facebook today, and it's not okay.
You want me to tell the story, or do you want to tell the story?
And we're not telling the story. They have to go find it.
Okay, you go to my feed on the old book face page or Facebook for you normal people, and look for a picture of me in an AC/DC hat, and there's the story. So you'll really like it. We appreciate you, John. We start a good GoFundMe. You got Christopher Likens for 12 Gauge Justice. He goes through a lot of the same things I do. That's how this all started. Our French for gas, he says. He's a guy like me that's been through some things, and that's how our relationship started. I walked up to them at the first Liberty Bash out of Buffalo Hollow and was just being John, and we hit it off right away. And he talks to me about a lot of the things he goes through and whatnot, and we just bonded and we understand each other. And I really enjoy being around those guys because there is a support system between them. And I appreciate them being good to me and being a support system to me. Pipe, Jason, actually brought me to tears the last time we had a rehearsal because I was singing a song and he stopped everything and I was waiting to get yelled at. And he's like, quit trying to sing like Hank 3. Just sing as you. Just sing you, because you are the best when you just be yourself. Just sing as yourself. And it felt so good for someone to encourage me just to be me. And those are the type of guys that I enjoy working with. And I, thank God every day that he brought them into my life. It's made a difference no matter what happens.
I do want to mention, if anyone is not doing anything on this Saturday, I will be at Squirrel Hill Sports Bar. I'm going to be there taking photos for a show going on. It's God Hates Unicorns, Neostem. Is it Drown? I'm going to mess that one up. I know. I refuse to mess it up. It is, Drown the Deep. I had it right. Drown the Deep. And who am I forgetting? It's terrible. I can see their logo. False Positive.
Okay.
If you have not been to the new stage area at Squirrel Hill, it's really cool. There is a theater next door to the bar.
That's what I heard.
And they now
got the chance yet.
They now have that area. It's shot a show there in, I think it was January. So head it back out there and come hang out with me, see some bands. I think it might be a benefit, but I'm not 100% sure about that part of it. But come see some music. If you like some grunge, Neostem is for you. If you're kind of leaning a little more towards electronica, God Hates Unicorn kind of skirts on that edge.
Right.
Then False Positive is kind of your heavy rock, almost metal. And Drown the Deep, I'm not real familiar with yet, but I bet they're metal.
Okay. I haven't got to check them out yet either. I just keep seeing these new bands pop up. I was fortunate enough to get to go out last Friday night and go to the Empire Concert Club. And I got to see Calvin. They're a 2-piece band. And I will stick by this. Me and Mike Bailey said they are the best 2-man band in all of the land. And then the next band, Plandemic Wave, was just phenomenal. Kern Murphy of Custom Audio Mutation and now the guitar player of Dead Earth produced them and recorded them. And they were really good. And then the headliner was the singer from Saving Abel, Scotty Allen. It was just a phenomenal show. I haven't got a chance to see as much new bands, and it's nice to see new bands, younger bands coming up behind me. I always try to help them. Mama Gray, Carrie Gray, as you normal people know her, that manages Walking in Circles. I loved helping that band and seeing how far they come, because they were originally on my show at the Ohio Center for Broadcasting, now the Ohio Media School. And they've grown so much and they travel all around. They get to go to Nashville. They get to go different places. And I really like giving back. I was fortunate enough to have some things happen for me, and I just want to pay it forward. So I'm always willing, to help where I can. In fact, I had a band contact me last night to try to help them get some shows. And I really wish I could help more people. I don't have enough, like Bill, I don't have enough time to do everything for everybody else. And I barely have enough time to do something for myself, but I at least pushed them in the right direction to get someone else to help them. It's so much has changed, and through the pandemic, even more has changed. But it's nice to see guys like Bill and other podcasters trying to do something that's positive for people. And I hope more people take stock in that and appreciate that rather than just glance over it, because there's not enough good people in this world. But the ones that are here, we need to revere. So, just in my opinion.
I do want to correct what I said. Drown the Deep is a hard rock band.
Oh, okay.
And I just threw the link tree up. If you're watching the video, it's right below me right
What's
now.
Linktree?
You don't know what Linktree is?
No. See, I told you.
For real? It is literally just a set of links. So, like,
okay, I'll have to check it out.
It has their logo on it. It says Drown the Deep, Pittsburgh hard rock band. And then it's links to tickets, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, TikTok, and SoundCloud.
Well, I didn't even. Hey, let's get serious. Okay, so I haven't worked on my stuff enough. So when I updated the calendar, I updated the concert calendar on the Hellfire Club page. I couldn't figure out what was working, and he had to tell me what's the app that I'm supposed to use.
You're supposed to do bands in town, yeah. He's like, I'm putting shows up and they're not showing up. I'm like, are you using the right thing?
I'm like, what do you mean? So it's
also on Saturday, I'm gonna throw this out here. Blackridge and the Borstal Boys will be at Moondogs, 8 p.m. That is that considered Blawnox there? No.
Yeah.
Trenham, Blawnox, something like that. It's by the Trenham Bridge.
Yeah.
Kind of near In Stuff Music.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Blawnox, dude.
Is that Blawnox?
I don't care what if they changed it, but since I was a kid, that's been Blawnox. You always go down. So you have to go down to In Stuff. You have to park over at the bakery and hope they don't give you a ticket, and go in and get your stuff and get out of there quick as possible in Stuff before they had the parking. You know.
So from here you got to cross over the Purple Bridge and make a left.
There you go. See, you go down through the back way. I, like a dummy, I always went clear down. I went down 28 and ended up in traffic.
You got to go old 28, which is right to them.
Oh yeah. Well, I worked right up the road in for Wagner Beer Distributor there, right up the road. When you come off of 28 at Harmerville, and you go down a little bit, and there's the old bridge that goes to the left. Yeah, that looks like it's falling down. That was. Now I think they've redone that too since I've been living over that way, and right there was Wagner's original main office for Wagner Beer Distributor. And for all those that think that I got a little bit with my talent, but the reason I got to be able to book so many shows around Pittsburgh is because I delivered all their beer. So I'd rotate their stock a little bit, and then I'd say, hey, and by the way, and pull out a press kit. So that's before you people understand, before this newfangled thing called the internet was available.
That's before Linktree.
Yeah, for Linktree. So I said I'm so far behind. I try to pretend like I know what I'm doing, but yeah, I'm not very good at pretending anymore.
All right, so I think we can probably call this one pretty much done and play some more unsigned and independent music. What do you think, John?
That's your call, Bill. For once, you're the driver. I'm just the rider.
Here's where we confuse them. You ready?
Okay.
I want to thank you guys for hanging out on episode number 613 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. When you hear Mr. John, the American Hilljack Lane, tell you how to subscribe, comment, and leave feedback, you'll know that the show has ended. Wait a minute. John's been doing that for
the whole time.
Minutes.
I drop names and comments. That's my everyday thing.
John, I want to thank you for hanging out with me and being willing to shift gears with me on the fly.
No problem. It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure to work with you, Mr. Damiano. And I thank you so much for being patient with me and teaching me so much as you have, not just as a podcaster, but as a father and as a friend.
You got to witness me trying to get my kids' attention earlier. It was funny for you, not so funny for me.
I laughed so hard and I loved it.
All right. With that said, this has been episode 613. You can check us out each and every Friday on buildascene.com. There you will also find 3 questions in a song, which gets released on the 1st and the 15th. It's more like 21 questions in a song because I can't stop talking. Once a month.
Did I rub off on you?
Maybe. Once a month. We also have Friendly Fire, where John from First Angel Media and I go hang out on XRP Radio Live.
And you need to go watch that. That thing is awesome.
That one's a lot of fun. And I get to play the straight man, which is really my job anyway, to 3 people who don't hold back. And you get to hear unsigned and independent music from our side of the pond and from their side of the pond. And then vote and say what you like and what you didn't like and what you would like to hear. And I will like to say that my ace in the hole in the last episode did win the round exactly like I thought it would be. And that would be God Hates Unicorns that I mentioned earlier. That's going to be playing it on Saturday. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. And you guys should hang out on the stations that you're listening on, because you never know, you might find your next favorite unsigned and independent band.